Namaste, beloveds. It is my joy to meet all of you here today. There is a possibility that what you think you are and what I know you, no, as what I know you when I'm meeting you, has a difference. I know you as the truth, no, as the pure being, no, and I bow down to you. Uh, and you may, it may be not clear to you, no. And this meeting, the satsang, is the opportunity to become clear about this, no, like this. So give me chance to to share a little bit, about who you are, and also take some chance, also take some time also to interact, so that if there is a confusion, like it is not same, then it can become clear also, no. And please try to understand, beloved, that the truth is not going to become truth afterward. The truth of you which I am living and I am addressing you as the being, that truth is truth right now. For that a process is not required. So the process, discussion time is not required for you to become who you are. But a process, discussion time is required for you to discover who you are, to know who you are, like to live who you are. And that is the time which we are taking or give, here, no, together in this meeting. No? So is there anything else more important for you right now than to discover who you are? If it is so, then you can sit inside you and ask yourself that, okay, what do I want other than discovering myself? No? What is that other thing which I want right now than discovering myself? And let me say a little bit about discovering myself means what. Because even here we may have two versions. My understanding of discovering ourselves and your understanding of discovering ourselves. No? Like the difference may not be in the words or simple understanding, but it could be in what I will get out of it. No? So what we will get out of discovering ourselves? I can say based on my direct experience of this moment that we will get everything actually. Meaning we will get back who we are in a way, which is the pure being, which is pure stability in one sense. Stability in the sense of that there is no work required, that it is not a work in progress. We as the being is not a work in progress. It is a perfected being already, already perfected being, like no more perfection, process of perfecting required for the being that we are. No? So we get that, like we stop working on ourselves in that way. And then we get a chance also to know our body mind energies, that they are a perfecting aspect of myself. And this perfecting in relation to the energies of body mind for the being that we are is not just the correction in the changes, changes in the energies, like removing the non-essential only, but it is also in the relation. Our relation is also perfecting with our energies of body mind also. And as a whole, what happens is that we are able to experience, we the being is able to experience everything exactly as we want to experience. Right now we are not experiencing really, we are trying to experience only and mostly failing. Hence the interest to experience the same thing again and again. No? Why we should experience same thing again and again? Why we should not experience different things of this universe, no? Of this beautiful creation of the of the truth? No? So our habits, no habit, basically builds up. Initially, probably the habit in which the being is living was just an attempt to experience something really and failing and then attempting and then failing and then somehow it became like a circle, like a routine. And the being forgot totally that I was actually trying to experience rather than being in a routine. No? So we can get everything really out of it by discovering, by knowing who we are. So beloved, if you feel that knowing yourself is going to cover all that which you want to achieve, fundamentally, all that which you want, I want, like what do I want, like this. If this is going to cover all of that, then let us focus on this. This is the focus of this meeting, all these meetings also, no? But if not, some fundamental looking together is possible in the direction of, then if I don't want to know myself, what do I really want? Also possible, like this. So this is all. Thank you. Now, if somebody want to talk, you can talk. Because our participation with each other is only possible in one of the two conditions, no? Either you take what I'm giving you right now, like either you participate in what I'm sharing, or you tell me what you want to discuss. No? Only one of the two conditions or not? And I want to tell you that every one of you can be 100% benefited by every meeting. If you are not 100% benefited by every meeting, this meeting, then you can look inside you right now. That this is some kind of other talk happening right now. I want to discuss something else. You can talk to me. What do you want to discuss? Yeah, Prajat?
Namaste ji. Ji, on the line what you shared now, what do I want? I wanted to share myself and report and check also with you, ji. First, I check with you about, in the morning I did the contemplation, and first time I got a clarity that what do I want? And I found that I want the totality, even not integration or something. I want to totality feel the experience, or whatever I do, I should be total. Because the words also I felt like hit, because whenever sometimes you say that you should be undivided or integrated, so it doesn't hit, but this totality hits. And then I found that this is missing, even if I want to know myself, is coming in between. So this is, I want to be total, whenever I'm doing anything, if I'm total, it will help me. So this I found in the moment. So I
Oh,
wanted to be.
this is very good. But I would like to know more from you, first of all, right now, that what do you mean that I want to be total? Meaning you are you are being divided in the things that you are doing, or those things are divided in themselves?
I am divided. I am divided means like I am doing something, I'm eating food and I am thinking about the movie or the satsang or something else. And same time not experiencing the food. I'm
Yes,
practicing.
yes, yes. So this kind of dividedness versus totality. This is a kind of common dividedness being experienced by us, no? So I feel it will help in understanding why we are not total, no? In what we are doing. No? Is it not?
Yes.
So let us explore right now. So, like, be open, not judgmental. No? Like we have declared ourselves already either a victim or a, you know, or offender that I'm doing something wrong. No, let us understand. No? So when you are eating food, let's say we take the example of eating food and then doing something, what something else like thinking.
You like practicing sometime morning practices, sometime pranaya. I feel like the thought exists, comes, and then a little attention goes, and then few seconds are wasted, and then come back and see, oh, what was I was doing somewhere. So this
How?
like
How? So can we look into it in this way that why you do like this? Because, for example, right now, are you total? If you are total right now, then also we can know what is being total. And if you are not total, then also we can know what is not being total. In both the cases, because these are connected things, they are not independent. That I know what is being total, I don't know the opposite of it. It's not possible. No? They are two aspects of the same thing. They are two faces of the same coin or not. So we can catch it from anywhere. So are you total right now?
this moment I feel I am total.
And are you total and frozen? Or are you total and relaxed?
That's very funny. Ji. Before you asked, I was feeling I wanted to say that I'm total and I'm very relaxed. That feel like very enjoying this moment.
Huh. So kind of try to catch here something fundamental, which is going to help you there in the other situations where you find yourself to be divided, no? To be not total, no? So try to like enjoy, of course, you are enjoying. It also uh, let us try to live the truth of being total. No? What is this truth of being total? Like how exactly it is happening right now? Like how are you really when you are total? Like what is right now here and will not be there when you will be divided. Try to clearly sense and feel. All of you are invited, no? Because this is something very common in all of us. No? For this, none of you should wait that okay, when my turn comes, that time I will talk. No, like either the dividedness is living inside us right now, or either we are living as a divided being, or either we are living as a total being. One of the two states. In both the cases, this exploration is useful for you. Basically, it is useful for everyone in this case. No? If you are total, let us live what is being total. The beauty of being total, the joy of being total, the mechanism also of being total. What is the mechanism of being total? What is the understanding of being total? No? So say something.
Gee, two, three things I found. One thing is I'm I'm feeling this is important. From inside somewhere I'm feeling important. So I'm putting myself here. And second, I'm relaxed and enjoying it. This like conversation or this putting myself. These 2-3 things I found which makes me
Very
like
beautiful.
being here.
Very, very good. And both these things are giving me clear clue that I can express little bit now. Like one thing is, it is important. Important means at the level of mind, no? Where there are many things. No? At the level of mind, where there are many things, we can only attend those things which are important. We cannot attend everything that comes to us. No? So there, the mechanism, a understanding that is working inside us is very essential understanding. No? So at that level, something can be done really. And I'll come back to that. Second thing is that I'm feeling happy. No? I'm feeling happy to be here right now. So this happy is the heart. When the heart enjoys something, no? That time we don't have to learn how to be total in what we are enjoying. No? We just find ourselves. Like I gave example of you are enjoying your favorite ice cream or cookie or you know muffin or anything else. No? Brownie ice cream, for example, we used to enjoy. No? So brownie ice cream is like a deadly combination. Like in every way, it is so nice. It has such a rich taste and fragrance and look and everything. They the restaurant people that there's nothing else more important than that in that moment. No? I mean, not of course. If you are not if you are eating it every day, obviously it will become ordinary. No, but like once in a while, like so this is natural. So it is natural for the heart to be total in what it likes to want to do. No? So for that, maybe we'll have to figure out what to do. But let us look into this part first. Important in the mind level. Mind level means understanding level, thinking and analyzing level. No, important. So, Prajot, if I share with you something and you try to listen also, it is about understanding now in this moment. No, that when you are doing pranayam, you have decided to do pranayam or not. And the efficiency of pranayam depends on how well you do it, meaning how much of you is doing it. No? Because pranayam is not something you are doing externally, no? Like a work. Pranayam is something which you are working on yourself. No? So in the case of pranayam or any pravata shuddhi exercises, no? Morning exercises, will it not make any sense that you give yourself, you make yourself available all of your body, mind, thought, and thinking process and ability and everything to the pranayam which you are doing so that the pranayam can benefit you at every level or not? What do you think about it? Think, not feel or anything. No?
Gee, I think in that moment I give importance to pranayam, but not so much that the thought coming also. I feel that this thought which making doing something work is also need to think, and then I don't think that this is, and then I feel stiff also. I don't, now I realize when you also, I feel stiff to be alert in the moment means like I'm not giving full importance. So I feel stiff to hold myself. This now I'm not feeling that stiff, which I think.
That stiff is a kind of combination of two, three things. So we maybe we'll look at it as a separate exploration, but or little later. But right now, focus on this. That you, you are saying that I have less value for it, no? Like less importance I'm giving to it. No? Why? Why you are giving less importance to it?
G is like you said, it's routine. So maybe it's, I'm not sure also, but feels like seems like that I'm giving it like it's a routine I am doing every day.
Yes,
So
true, very true. The routine kind of has a possibility of creating a sense inside us where we start taking it for granted. Like okay, I'm going to get a little bit of it anyway. No? Even if I'm not present and even if I'm not total in it. No? Yes, yes. So let me show you the importance of pranayam then, or find out from somewhere, like somebody who knows really how much you can be benefited by pranayam alone. No? Then find somebody like this. No? Discuss. One more thing I want to add here, which is not dependent to a particular activity. That pranayam versus now I'm doing something else. No? There are two ways of being present in life. Okay. One way is way of the person, another way is way of the being. So, way of the person is the way of dividedness. No? Way of the being is way of totality. No? Way of the totality is the way of the being. That's why we love to be total because we see the benefit of it. It's like so amazing, like relaxed and joyful and capable of doing any and everything. No? But somehow as a person we cannot achieve it. No? Although we are trying. So do you see the value of living as a person in that model? I'm talking about that model right now. Do you see the importance or value of it? Value, like, is there any value in it for you?
on a mental level, I don't think any value in it, so much value.
We are at the mental level only discussing right now. No?
Ji. But I feel like unconsciously I am still giving value to this
Unconscious we
person.
can handle through pranayam,
Ji.
pravat
Ji.
shuddhi. No?
Ji.
So, unconscious level is not letting me do the pranayam, but pranayam is for unconscious level only. No? Where to break this circle now? No? Do you see what I'm saying? No, don't worry about unconscious. Unconscious level is taking care of itself very well. You take care of thinking in this case, no, right now. So, like one level at least be clear. Not that there is a circle of blaming each other, that because of unconsciousness I am not clear at the level of thinking. And because of thinking I am not clear about the unconscious level. You know, like, do you want to break it? This is my question.
Yes.
So, do you see any value in being, living as a person? This is my question.
Ji, doing things like which I am doing with myself, like exercises, food, and everything, then I don't see any value in being person.
Hmm. And then, what are the other occasions where you see the value of it? As a whole, I am asking, no?
Ji, as a whole, like I'm going out of house and then talking with the other people. That time I feel like there is a value because I don't know myself, staying in myself so much. So then,
How there can be a value of being a person when going out and interacting with other people? Meaning, like I'm just trying to understand. Meaning, is it that you cannot function as a person when you will stop living as a person? This is what you mean?
actually, I will say that I don't know yet how to live as myself. So,
That's okay. Then let us forget about going out or no. So this is okay. Then this is for what we are here precisely, learning how to live as myself. But the important thing is that do you want to?
yes,
Because this
I do.
clarity is important. Because I want to live as myself. I'm doing a lot of meditation. I'm not able to. It is not really, all of this are not really true statements together. Some of them are true, some of them are false. They cannot be put together like this. You know. So my question is that do you see any value of living as a person? And then you said First something else. Now you said that because I don't know really how to live as myself. That's why you are by default living as a divided being. Are you saying like this?
Yeah.
So then I think there is no need to go in the detailing of everything now. Now we have come to the one thing that you don't want really totality so much. Meaning you want totality, you love totality, but you would like the totality to be your own way of living, no? Always, no? And for that, you need to live as yourself, which you don't know. You know? Is this correct or not? Please
Yeah.
make it clear to me also if
Yes, yes.
my
Very,
understanding is
very
not
correct.
correct. Yeah.
Very correct.
So right now, when you are total, you are living as the being or not? Meaning it is connected or not? Like living as the being is being total. Being total, you have to live as the being also, no? From the other side also, no? So if you are total, you are living as the being right now, no? Or not? Or no, I am living as a person, but still a relaxed person and still I am total. Is it possible? Please tell me.
Yeah, I don't feel like I'm person feeling from the person level. I can't say that I'm living as a being. I don't know myself so much, but I can say that it's not a person because I'm not using mind or faculties so much. I'm directly talking to you like this.
So this directly talking, let us bring light of your own awareness into it right now. So that you will know what it means to live as the being. And also to continue talking and doing things from here. You know. So talk to me a little bit and also bring your awareness into yourself also. Like how I am right now. Like am I trying to be in a certain way? Or am I trying to be in a certain state? Or am I trying to not be in certain states which I have found to be personal states or ways? No?
See, there is no try this moment.
Hmm?
I'm not trying anything now.
You're not trying anything right now. Huh.
Not to be in person or not to be in person. Both I'm not trying. I'm just here
What do you mean by
be
both? Can you say again?
like I'm not trying to be a person or I'm not trying to be as a not person,
Not person, like uh, being.
as a being. Ji.
Yeah.
Both I'm not trying.
Ha. So then this is a very powerful fundamental clue, no? That you are not trying. What are you not trying? You are not trying to be anything, no? So when you are not trying to be anything, then you are total. But then you are being also, by the way. Right now you are not trying to stay as the person. You are not trying to stay as the being, no? While you are actually experiencing you are experiencing totality, no?
Yes.
And totality can be experienced only as the being. So you are staying as the being right now. But you are not trying to stay as the being. No?
Not
So
at
try
all.
to catch, because you the being can understand this. This is what is how to stay as the being part, no? Which the being can understand, not the mind, not the person state in which we will be, no, sometime. So your mind cannot understand this, you can. Like what exactly it is to not do anything, to in relation to myself, no? In relation to myself, not what is not doing anything. So, this is the learning, a alive learning. You can say this is alive learning. What is fundamental meditation? No? What is the way of the being? No? The being mode. You are learning the being mode. Learning in the sense of being in the being mode and bringing the awareness of your being also, that what it is really. No? Because your mind does not need to understand this, beloved. You need to. Because it is you who understands any and everything in the mind when you are using the mind. Not that mind understands anything. No. So if you, who understands through the mind, can understand right now this, then your mind does not need to understand anything about it. No. So there are two, three things which you are understanding, you, the being, is understanding. One, the value of it. One, the relation of it with the totality. And one, the way. What is the way really? No. Yeah. This is directly understanding the way of the being. The being mode. Not in relation to person mode. No. You can later on understand the person mode in relation to this actually so easily. No? Like this will work like a very beautiful mirror and a reminder that when you will become, you will get into that person mode, it will show you that I'm getting into person mode now. No? What do you feel? Is it good?
It's very, very good.
So it was never about whether you are thinking that time or not. Or not?
The,
It was about whether you are being yourself or not. Thinking or not thinking. No? So when
the,
you are being yourself, you are being total in what you are doing. No? So the relation of being total is with being yourself. Being yourself means allowing yourself to be yourself while doing something. No? So can we come back to the first, like the initial example of pranayam you were doing in the morning. Now if you will be yourself and doing pranayam, you tell me what will happen now. You predict your future now based on your present knowledge of how things are. No?
instead of focusing when I'm doing the pranayam, instead of focusing on the thinking or not thinking, I should be focused that whether I am doing it or not. I am doing it or not.
Yeah.
Like,
You already have this clarity, no? That it's not about thinking or not thinking. It's never about what is the opposite of what I'm doing. It is about what I'm doing. No? It's all about what I'm doing, not about the distractions. No? It feels like we are focusing on distractions sometimes so much that we totally forget that okay, I'm free from distractions, but what I was doing really, we almost forget that time. No? You know what I mean? Oh, I forgot that I was doing pranayam. But if you remember that you are doing pranayam, do you need to really fight with the distractions? Or will there be distractions for you? Distractions are for you when you are available for them or not. When you are available for your pranayam of that moment, you are available for yourself, the being, like available to live as your being, and available to do the activity of the body mind, exercise and everything. Like you are blessing your body mind activity, your body mind energies by your own light and truth, also. While enjoying the totality, the way of the being. No? Totality is the way of the being actually. Totality is when the being is living as itself. Everything else, like practical life and everything. Like, what is practical life, by the way? Is it not the body, mind, energies only? After all, what is practical life? Is there a practical life without body, mind, energies? No. So basically, body, mind, energies are the practical life or the tool. So in the Prabhat Shuddhi in the morning, you are polishing your tools. No? In two ways, removing the non-essential from them and actually using them so that your relation and your connection with them remains perfect. No? At the time when necessary, you can immediately use them, isn't it? Not like, oh, I don't know how to hold it. Or, oh my God, it's so dirty. Both are covered in this morning, exercise or not? That's how we are many times searching for the solutions of the problem at the very wrong place. And that wrong place is not understanding the problem. What is the problem? Understanding what is the problem is the right place to solve it. No? So I think we are good for now. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very, 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 very much. That means.
Love you, beloved. Like, let us face the actual enemies, I feel, if there are any. Let us face the actual distractions, if any. For example, you are doing pranayam, no? And somebody is burning some garbage or something nearby you. That will be a real distraction. No? Mostly we are fighting with the imaginary enemies, no? Which don't exist anywhere. No? So for the pranayam, the bad smell or pollution in the air is actual distraction. Probably the only distraction in a way. No? Because pranayam is connected to prana, energy, oxygen, pure air, isn't it? It is not connected to anything else. We have done pranayam in so many different places where we were traveling or like this. I'm talking about our myself also, where things places were not like a perfect cushion and everything. It was just the importance that it is important to do in the morning. It's just that the air should be clear. So, Prajot, this is clarity, no? Like establishing the right connection, connecting the right dots, no? That the relation of pranayam is pure air only, nothing else. I think good, beloved. Thank you. Um, Diva, you want to talk?
Namaste, Rajee.
Namaste.
So, what I found is that this past 1 week, it was very intense in living. Like I could feel that I was completely in it, but there were moments of where I started to question, who am I really in all this? I could not, like there was not a separate sense of being and person. On the same lines as we were talking just now, like all the activities of relating to people and everything was happening. Um, and you started with discovering who you are. That was the beginning of this meeting. And I was like, that is something which I kept wanting to do even amidst all these activities. So, are these like living life intensely and being oneself or knowing oneself, are these two different aspects of life, Raji? I really needed help on that because I found out that sometimes it does happen that life becomes the pace of life is so fast that even if that feeling is always there that I want to stay as the being, but um, uh, that that much amount of space or gap is not available to reflect upon it. So can you guide a little bit on those lines, like how to
My question is that what do you mean by intensely living life? Let us look
in
deeply into this, and that will reveal the truth of it and the answer to what you are asking.
um, I mean when like I was in an environment where there was 100% involvement with living in the family and there was really no time to sit back and even do the sitting, the just sitting. And I kept trying to make an effort to sense, to remember that I am, that feeling of that I exist. And it
I don't think that you are in the right direction about explaining what is intensely living life.
intensely living life means being 100% into all that was that's happening in life. Um, that's what I meant. Like
Meaning in
being
100% involved in living of the things of that life at that moment. That's what you mean by intensely living life.
yes, Raji. That's how it is. Yeah.
Ha. So intensely living life is connected to what? It is connected to you want to be intensely involved in it or not. Is it connected to that or not?
Um, yes, it is
Like
that
yeah,
also.
yeah, it could be like this that
Also,
yeah.
also, um, like it just it's what I observed is that sometimes life just happens that way in my experience, that there is no choice but be totally like around the clock, just be working on executing whatever has been given. uh, that is like wanting. I didn't really, that's not a choice in those moments. Like I have to be involved and I
Ha.
would be
And when
that
there is
way.
no choice in that moment, is there any confusion that whether I should be in it or not, whether I should stay as myself or not?
um, I feel at that moment that
Or that confusion comes afterward. That oh, I could not stay that time. No, be clear about it because here we have a clue.
um, the confusion didn't come after that. It was
Acha.
it didn't come after that. I knew that I am I am doing this activity. I was aware that I am completely involved, and there
So
was
then
no
maybe let me
confusion.
ask you again. What do you mean by I have no choice? Because when somebody comes to the choicelessness, that time there is no dividedness. And because of that, they will stay as the being only. And the way of the being to meet life will be totality. No? So maybe then you explain to me what do you mean by no choice? Because I thought no choice means like a really no choice. Like life is so intense in that moment. And the involvement with the participation with the life is so one that there was no option given whether I should be involved in it or not. Like as if you were walking and rain started. So there was no choice given that whether you should get wet or not. So I thought like that. So maybe you are talking about something else. What do you mean by no choice then?
Raji, this is exactly what I meant. What you explained, that there was rain and there is, you are in rain and you have to get wet because you don't have an
And
umbrella or something.
that time you were thinking that this is not what I want or this is what I want. Are you saying like this? Because I checked with you that does this confusion come afterward? You said no, it doesn't come afterward. It means it comes that time. So that time when rain happens, that time you are confused. Are you saying like this? But where is time to be confused? No, that's my question. No? So we are talking something different really here. Please try to bring me into what you are really trying to say. And please do that little quickly. Like bring me to the essence of what you are saying.
What I'm trying to like when you are so like 100% involved and There is no other way to live it. This is it. You have to execute life this way. The division that I felt at that moment, or one question that I asked myself is, in this situation, where am I? Who am I? That was the division that I sensed. It might be something that in regular life, that's how I did it. I used to sit and do it as a thing to do, like as a practice to follow. But when life took over completely, I did not have that kind of option or anything. It was what it was.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's all fine. But where is the confusion? Meaning you want to meditate that time when the life is very intense, or
um, no, I am at that moment. What I was asking is there any separation between, like, is this the way of the being? And there is nothing that needs to be done. That's where I could not, like, in my heart, I was feeling I'm not doing, after the retreat, I was not doing any formal just sitting or anything. So it was
okay.
like,
Let me just share then. What I was sharing with the Prajot is the exact same thing, which we are talking right now. But probably you did not listen to what I was talking to Prajot, no? And it was, I think, very much for you. No, in that case, we are not two entities. No, we are not two. We are only one. No, our options are not that whether we can be the being or not. These are not our options. These are not our choices. Our are that whether to live as ourselves or not. And it is not related to the situation. It is not related to life situations. They play, in the beginning, they play the role that we will feel more drawn to the intense situations, sucked into them because of not because we have not learned yet how to stay as ourselves enough. No, so that kind of makes sense. But fundamentally, it is exactly what I was sharing with Prajot only. No, how it is different than that. Let us learn to stay as ourselves when the life is not intense. No? So then when life is not intense, then every minute will be useful that time. No? And then when the life is intense, that learning will stay in us. No? Because that learning is never connected to doing anything or not doing anything. It is never connected to just sitting and doing nothing. It is connected to learning in this just sitting the way of the being, like how to stay as the being, or what is basically staying as the being. It is about learning what is the way of being myself, which we explored. Prajot said that actually I'm not trying to be the person, nor I'm trying to be the being right now. And now I'm staying, I'm experiencing totality. Totality means a involvement or participation. A participation with the present moment without experiencing any divisions or any sense of choice or doership or like this, which is the way of totality, which is totality, no? And totality is experienced only through the being that we are. So when Prajot, you are not trying to stay as the person or as the being, you are actually staying as the being. So is this not a clear clue how to stay as the being? Do not try to stay as the person, but also do not try to stay as the being. So, Deva, is this not a clear message for you? That meaning clear pointing, no? That if you are feeling disturbed, like something is not okay when life is too intense, and I want to stay back, then it means that staying as yourself is more a state of you, no? Which you have got attached to for a valid reason. That experiencing disturbances of energies and body mind so much that when we find a peaceful place inside ourselves, it makes sense to kind of stay here. Stay here, yes. Attached to it, not okay, I feel. Because that attachment is causing this disturbance now, which would not be experienced by us if we are not attached to the peacefulness of our being. Let us live the peacefulness or truth of our being, but let us not be attached to it as a painkiller, that this is the painkiller of the disturbance that I am going to experience in the intense participation, like participation with the intense life. So this is what, is this not what are you talking? Or please again bring me to what you are talking about then.
Rajee, I feel this is what happened, that the attachment to the state happened. So, like what you just mentioned about being attached to that state.
Yeah.
And that's what probably was creating that feeling that I am not like that thought, the afterthought, or so yeah, that's what happened.
In that case, the intense life was a help, given by the source of life to us, so that it can highlight that I was holding on to some state of myself, not to my true being. No? True being means not to my natural state of being. No? Natural state of being and any other state are different. No? Let us try to understand that our natural state of the being becomes more natural in the sense of more effortless as we live in it. Any other state introduces the effort more and more afterward. Please listen what I am saying. If we have come to the natural state of our being and living in it, it will become more natural to us, meaning more effortless to us. Like it will be less and less effort to live in our true state of being. Like no effort or less effort, just alertness, and still we are able to live. This is how the deepening of living in the true state of being happens. But if we are staying in some other state than the true state of our being, in the beginning it will look very beautiful, peaceful, like wow, compared to every other state, like amazing, like it can save me from all the disturbances of life, and it can give me the joy which I am searching for. The soul may feel like this, no? But there is a effort, and that effort grows, like it has to grow, like effort has to grow now, because life is trying to change that which is a state only, not our truth. And we are not letting it be changed. So we are fighting with the life flow. The more older it becomes, the more effort we have to put in this direction. That's why let go of your true state, and you will live in your true state. Not hold on to your true state and then you will live in your true state. If we have not come to our true state, let us discover, understand, and live in that true state. But let us never hold on to our true state. Because if we hold on to, try to live with me this picture, beloved. I'm just showing you some simple truth of the being that you are. You will be holding on to something. In this case, you are the being who is already in its true state, in its natural state. Now, because of holding on to something, you will not be in your natural state now. And that something is called my true state. What a catch. So, staying in your natural state is a deepest possible understanding that you can receive and digest in the being. Like again and again understand what is not my natural state. And in relation understand again and again what is my, because your natural state empowers you. Holding on to some other state which is not our true state gives a confusion, like it is going to fail miserably. It is going to fail you miserably somewhere. Like as if you were feeling that I have a lot of money and you went to shopping and everything, and then you found, oh, I don't have, or you thought that I'm very strong, and you started fighting with somebody, and then you realize, oh, I don't have that strength. I hope so. Deva, I think it's clear. Thank you.
Yeah, Rajee, that was a question even in my heart as to why, why do I need to feel that way, the way I was feeling, that I have to do something to uh, be, like, simply be there. And like you said, the truth, like, it's not a state, it's your natural state. And that you don't have to maintain. It sounds that way, that you don't have to maintain your natural state.
Yeah, but
So,
there's a misunderstanding here mostly in most of us. So I want to mention here very clearly that we don't have to maintain our natural state, but we have to maintain the understanding that what is not our natural state. That we have to maintain. That understanding we have to maintain. I hope it is clear to all of us. Without that understanding, we cannot regard or value our natural state. And by default, we are going to value our other states as our natural state. So that vigilance, that maturity of the mind or the wisdom is necessary. Not that, okay, you don't do anything and you will stay in your natural state. And this applies to everybody. No. No, it is not like this. We need to develop wisdom also to value the natural state. No? So this is that process of awakening which takes place, a maturity of understanding. No? Because if we don't do anything right now, we will stay in a default state, the present default state, no? Which is not our true state. No? And that is not going to save us. That is not going to bring joy in our life when we are participating with life. No? So something has to be done, not that, okay, I don't do anything. No, doing a lot about everything, but just to understand one thing, that I don't need to do anything to be myself. Just understanding this small thing and doing everything of this world, doing all of sadhana and discussion and satsang and everything, just to understand one small thing, that I do not need to do anything to stay in my natural state. Is this clear, Diva? Then what you are saying is valid only, otherwise no. Meaning then, for me it is not valid then.
yeah, Rajee, I understood what you're saying about, I feel that the understanding has to happen within, like it
Yeah.
has to become a part of me, the understanding.
Yeah, understanding in the being, not in the mind. If you don't touch any understanding of the mind at all, meaning if you don't attend any of your thoughts which are happening inside you, if you don't attend any feelings which are happening inside you, then what you are saying applies. Then yes, no problem. Don't do anything, you will by default and 100% times stay in your natural state. If you do not attend any thought, any feeling. No? But the thoughts and feelings are able to guide us, direct us to, like they become our eyes to show us that this is my true state. No? That time, what we will think or take as our true state will not be our natural or true state. No? So this is only for the being, this message that, hey being, you don't need to do anything to live in your natural state. Thinking is doing something. When you have decided just to be here right now, every one of you can test it, that when you have decided that, okay, I just want to be here only. And I want to live in my natural state. Make sure that you are not doing anything. No. Doing anything means involvement. Involvement means your attention or consciousness which can appreciate and recognize your natural state is not available to you right now. Your attention and your your consciousness need to be available to you right now so that you can appreciate, live and recognize your true natural state. No? So that consciousness is involved in thinking and feeling, no, right now. I'm thinking, I'm feeling, I'm involved, I'm watching, anything and everything. Even watching is an activity in this context. Even if it is a very useful activity, but still, here it is a doing, meaning involvement. No? So there is something called tasting our natural state. Experiencing our natural state is one thing, but living in our natural state is a much bigger thing than that. No? For that, we need to recognize what is my natural state and to have value for it. It takes everything, all of our effort, to have recognition of it and value for it. No? Like this. I think it is clear now. Thank you. Anna, you want to talk?
Yes, thank you. You asked what we want, and for myself, I know that I want my natural state, and for myself, that is the only truth, and this is how it is in the moment, and it is very beautiful and fulfilling and peaceful and joyful. But then when you asked if we are divided, the wish for the healing for my beloved daughter came. So it is some kind of distrust that when I'm living fully myself and my natural state, that this is enough also for her, or for everything, that's for the whole surrounding. And then I realized it is not that I can do more, it is that somehow in this situation I have to go deeper, or I don't even know how to say it, but going deeper or going more stable, or yeah, because it triggers me. It is not conscious trigger, but it is a trigger where it is almost like feeling guilty of just being myself, and that is enough. And yeah,
Yes.
I hope I managed to explain.
Yes.
Thank you.
It's a very beautiful opportunity, I feel, Anna, and it will be nice if you can turn on your video. I feel it's a very beautiful opportunity, Anna. Let us look very, very simple, subtle steps in this direction, because, we need to take very subtle steps here, because it's something very subtle here, no? It's like this, that you, the being, has already understood the importance and the value of staying in your natural state. You have already started staying in your natural state. And in your natural state, what happens is that as the being, whenever you are when you are living as the being, meaning in your natural state, you are not irresponsible really at all. In fact, you are much more responsible in this state than before. So this is naturally coming from you. It is a natural thing coming from you. It is coming from you, the being. That, am I being total in it? Like, am I really doing everything that I need to do? No. And how it is an opportunity? That there is as if a confusion in you in relation to what you are doing, in relation to the relations you have with what you are doing. And actually, it is about you also, about who you are also. So this whole thing is a very powerful opportunity, and just don't run away from it at all. Like, if possible, just stay completely rooted in it, that this situation is a awakening for me. Like, I'm not going to give up the doing, because this is what is intense life right now for you, no? What can be more intense than your beloved is not healthy and and you have to take care and like this. No? So the life is very intense right now. One simple thing, if can be received in you, that if you choose anything, you are choosing division. But if you don't choose anything, then are you not by default, by itself, the being in your natural state? So this whole thing is going to remove even the remaining veil, which is cloth, which the being that you are is still wearing in relation to discovering who you are. Because it is never about doing anything or not. It's about being yourself. No? So as if there is a misunderstanding living in you. And this whole situation is working like a very, very pure mirror. Because that subtle misunderstanding is not highlighted generally. No? That's why you feel the joy of living in your natural state all the time. No? But sometime, this is that sometime, which is a call for a deeper awakening. It is not a problem of life. No, I feel like this. So don't choose anything. Already that okay, involvement, participation with this situation is necessary or not necessary. No. Like 100% fresh look at the whole thing. And this is what is the call of life for you right now. Have 100% fresh look at who you are. What is a relation? What is a responsibility? What is participation? You have perfectly, Anna, you have perfectly discovered yourself as the being in your natural state. Now life is calling you that this activity, the relation, is also the being that you are. It's not a you and the activities. It is the being only. You know, the relation, the relative is not somebody else. Hence your love for it, no? Your involvement, call also, no? But it is really a blessing for you, not for the one you are helping. No? That is just, you can be thankful to that situation that, hey, thank you for letting me help you. Hey, beloved, thank you for letting me help you. It's like a washing program of the divine being, no? Of the truth for you, no? It's just washing out everything in a way, no? Or do you want to live limited to the understanding that you have right now about yourself? If yes, then don't do anything. Then it would have been as simple as this: stay in your natural state as much as you can when possible, then get involved into the intense life as and when necessary. But I don't think this is what life wants in the form of you. Otherwise, you would not be exploring this with me, no? So because you are exploring this with me, it means you are clear also that a higher possibility of knowing myself is also there. What happens in this case? Anna, you have experienced your truth as an experience. Now you will know yourself beyond experience. And that cannot be lost. And the joy, the joy of experiencing yourself will continue. In fact, it is going to be much more now because you are never losing yourself. No? But now there will be also a allowing to other experiences produced by energies also within the four course. No, also right now you and I became little attached to the fifth course only. No? Now it is time for you to be free from attachment from the fifth course also. No? And it's just not you. There are other beings in this group right at this moment who are also understanding what I'm saying and living with me that yes, it's time for me to be free from the fifth course also. All the four course are creating different experiences of involvement, of relation, of relative, of how much I'm doing, how much I'm not doing. The fifth, the joyful, natural being. It's your time to wake up a little more, basically. Not change anything at all. Everything remains same. Just your joy will grow more and your knowing about yourself will become more, in a way, permanent, if we can say like this. You will become more clear that, oh, I'm not going to lose myself if I'm 100% into what I'm doing. Please say something.
It was breaking off a little bit because of the internet, so I will watch it again. But I feel it. I feel the strength and the decision and the challenge that is here for that reason. Thank you.
It is actually. Try to understand, beloved. Awakening is not really letting go of the previous that we have as our body, mind, thoughts, feelings, or relations. It is discovering something more while having all of it also. But that somehow changes our knowledge about ourselves. The more deeper we discover within ourselves, the more we know that I am that. I am not that which I thought I am so far. No? So that is why we hesitate a little bit. Oh, my self-knowledge will change again, meaning my center will change again. But it's a beautiful thing. I invite you to live with me right now, this simple thing. Allow whole of yourself, as you know right now, to be lived by you as your changeful aspect only, not whole of yourself. Right now, whole of yourself, this whole of yourself as you are experiencing and living, this whole of yourself is your changeful aspect. Not part of it is changeful and part of it is changeless. Now, whole of it. This whole of yourself, including all these five kosh, no? And the seer of it, the witness of it also, the awareness of it. All of this is one consciousness. The witness of all the five kosh themselves, their capacities, understanding, everything. This is one consciousness. This is your changeful aspect. I'm feeling inspired to live with you the changeless aspect also right now. All of you are very, very welcome to join us, join me and Anna. This is a call for awakening. Where I'm inviting you all. This is a call for awakening right now. Anything that you are able to experience, notice, see in any way is the changeful. No? Be very simple about it and be very honest to yourself, because you are not going to tell this to anybody. It is just for you to know, to discover, no? To live. Your experience of your presence in this body, your ability of seeing everything of this body, mind, and life is not this also experienced by you or known by you or noticed by you? Your own presence is being known by you or not? It is actually. Allow, just allow. All of the truth is already present. There is no change required. By just this sharing, as I'm sharing, inspired, feeling inspired to share, you just listening and waking up. So there is no change required anywhere, in anything. You have just known yourself as this fifth, You have known yourself as this joyful, peaceful witness. No? But there is no witness in it. It is a joyful witnessing. It is a state of consciousness. There is nobody in it. It's empty consciousness. But you are real. Live with me, please. This is a beautiful thing, beloved. You are real. This joyful, peaceful witnessing, this peaceful awareness, which is aware of everything of this body mind, this is empty awareness. There is nobody in it. But you are real. You are the only reality. You are the only reality. Everything else is just your experience. Including even the awareness is your experience. I am saying like this. This, whose experience is awareness, this is the changeless being that you are, beloved. Allow this to be known and lived by you right now. Just lived in this moment. Let me share again that you have not become a universal being or universal consciousness right now, like more expanded. You are not expanded right now as the true being that you are, the changeless. You are not more expanded now. That more expanded is what we call sixth body, Brahma Sharir. No, you are not that right now. That is also in front of you. Meaning it is not that you are knowing it or not knowing it. If it is experienced, even that is also an experience in front of you. Whether living as a presence in the body or living as a presence in the whole of the universe, both are experienced by you. And all the other four kosha also. Thoughts, feelings, imaginations, any and every type of emotional experiences, all of them are also being experienced by you. It's just about becoming comfortable with the truth. In this guiding, you are invited to become comfortable with the truth. And what is in the way? We are holding on to some version of truth that I already have concluded the truth and now I have to revisit. Yeah. Everybody will take this call. Whether you want to, whether you are open to know the deeper truth or not right now. No? In this whole thing, do you notice all these experiences, howsoever amazing or beautiful they may appear. There is no certainty whether they are real or not. There is only one certainty of reality, that is you. You are real or not? Do you have any doubt about you being real or not? This is the only thing that is truth. You are truth. And then let us actually accept that I have different bodies, different chakras, and different experiences produced by them. No, this is totally fine. But that's not a big deal now anymore. It is just about becoming comfortable. It is just about kind of relaxing. So this, where we are right now, beloved, I feel this is our truly natural state of being, where no truth is excluded. We are not trying to color any truth in any other way. Truth means any experience happening in any way, any understanding we are having about it, all of that is given absolutely space for it to be the way it is. And why it is possible? Because you are not holding a position within consciousness anymore in this moment. In this moment only. As long as we live in this body, we have to hold a position based on the work we are doing in the moment. But right now you are not holding any position in the consciousness. Consciousness has positions. The self does not have positions. You are the self. The experiencer and the experienced, both are made of this consciousness. Both happen in this consciousness only. They don't happen in the being that we are. No? In the self that we are, there is no experience, no experiencer. Know this clearly right now. That the experience of myself is happening in the consciousness only. And the experiencer that I am of that experience is also happening in the consciousness only. So thank you, beloved, for joining me. I really cannot say if all of you could connect to me here or not, but I felt very happy, very, very, very happy. Thank you. Let me say once again, in this I am, no? When we say I exist means I am. In this I am, I is consciousness, M is self. No? It is really much simpler to discover ourselves than we think. Then why it is difficult? Have we thought about it? And I would be very happy to discuss this with all of you today. Enjoy yourself for some time, and then anybody want to talk to me, you can talk. Yeah, Mila?
Can you hear me well?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would love to experience that, like to find with you why it is difficult.
Actually, the answer to all of our struggle in the spiritual context, I will say, is one, that is confusion. No? Confusion or misunderstanding. No? So rather than trying to find out why, we directly try to understand the root of this why it is difficult to know ourselves, because of misunderstanding. No? Like just to highlight something, that when I ask when the time comes, or like in satsang we are together and a guiding is happening, that stay as yourself. No? This guiding is happening, that live the this guiding which happened, live the complete truth. No? Of both the aspects of the changeless and the changeful. Changeful is the consciousness, changeless is the self. No? Like this. During this time, some are able to connect so well, like just like this, like the moment the sharing starts, they don't listen to the words so much, really. They catch the very guiding that is coming from the self, from the being to the being. No? Why? Because they are clear what is the benefit of staying in their natural state. No? And what is natural state also. No? Now let's see, in comparison to this, some beings have a misunderstanding about what is the natural state, and also they have misunderstanding about the benefit of it also. No? So then this sharing, which is actually helping a being to stay in its natural state, those beings will feel confused, or they will find it difficult, because they are trying to stay as something else, because they thought that that is the true state. No? So the confusion or not? Lack of true knowledge, basically. That's all. Just lack of true knowledge, true knowing, true understanding. No? That's all. Because it's not that some of you who do not understand what is the true state are something else, and those who understand what is the true state are the being only. No, those of you who do not understand also are the being. It is about our attachment to our knowledge. No? That, like, so this is why, Mila, it is difficult. This is why it is otherwise in itself it is so simple. No? So without accepting, or without actually seeing clearly that what I know in this on this subject is not true knowledge, we cannot come to true knowledge. And what is happening is that we have spent, like we have invested so much our life and time, sometime, that it looks like such a loss to kind of let go of this whole thing, the conclusions of my understanding about spiritual, on the path of spirituality. It looks like too big a cost to let go of it, no? Which is like, okay, the improvement will take place here also, no? But it is going to be very slow. No? This satsang is directly living the truth right now, not thinking about it, not trying to understand it. No? So Mila, if we can explore a little further, what is bondage actually? Let's see what is bondage, and in general, in the spiritual context, no? For the like, what is the bondage to the being? Like, how and why the being is bound? In what? Being is bound in what? No? Can we say that being is bound in a routine? No, routine. No? That routine is called my way of living life. No? My way of living, my way of being, my way of knowing, experiencing everything. And that way, when not producing enough happiness or joy, no? Then the confusion that what to do. Like, what change should I bring in my, so that I can experience more joy, no? And then let us stay on this subject. And let us never accept in this conversation that we are a person or something else. There is no such thing as a person. In any and every state, you are the being. So that is kind of for sure and always so. No? You are the being plus my way of living. No? That my way is what is seen as energetic structure of body, mind, patterns and everything together. No? But how much we are attached to it and how much we are free from it. No? That is the challenge. No? It's not about destroying the thing called body, mind and their patterns. No, it's never about that. No? If improvement necessary can be done, you know, like balancing of these energies is a very powerful way of removing the non-essential, which is not serving any purpose, and still taking the weight and creating, imbalances and all. So that's always very good idea, no? But it's not about that. Awakening is not about that really, no. So that's why simple questions which I offer are so powerful and effective if somebody can bite them. No? If any one of you can bite it, but mostly we are not biting, we are just holding like this, looking at them. Like we are more trying to be a witness in satsang. That's not really the way to participate in satsang. No? We are just trying to meditate in satsang mostly. No? Participating in satsang can benefit us. No? If any one of you can bite these simple questions, what do I want right now? Can open your eyes, can wake you up, get you out of the patterns, no? Those patterns. Because patterns are not the problem. Our identification with them or our attachment to them and believe that that's the only way I can be. No? Like I ask you any question that what do you want, for example, no? That is going to give you, not me, that is going to give you a clue that how much you are living as the body right now, how much you are living as the mind right now, how much you are living as the emotionality right now. The being is naturally, you the pure being is naturally desireless, free from desires, naturally free from desires. So it's a trick question, no? But it's a beautiful question. It's a very useful question. No? What do you want? It's a question for you. Because you, the being, is living one with the body mind for a long time. And the wants of the body mind, which are valid by the way. So they are themselves valid. It's not that what you want in this, the answer of this question will be like, my God, how could I want these things? No, these are not your wants. These are the wants of the body mind. No? Whether they are valid or not is a different subject. No? You know? But knowing that they are not my wants, is detachment or disidentification from the bodies. No? So a simple question like this can serve such a great purpose, but we are interested in great philosophical talks. No? That's why it is difficult. Like I say to all of you right now, and to anyone who want to join next time also, let's say today, anything you want to achieve right now, truly, I know you are the being, and you can if you want. I can help you in that. But I don't have like 1 hour for you, I have like 5 minutes for you. So have you already completed your inner process of thinking and everything, and already you have come to the crux of it, essence of it? Then yes, let's go for it. We are mostly inviting, like you are inviting mostly so that we can have a discussion inside, which is going to happen inside you. Let's have a discussion between me and you, not the discussion which is happening inside you only. No? The discussion between me and you can be really useful. Anything, like you want to come to the essence of anything, clarity about anything, it is possible right now. It's like you are asking me, can you tell me who I am truly? Yes, I can. So I told you, okay, you are the being. Then you feel, no, I don't think so. Why you are saying like this then? Do you see my point? I don't think so. How you are saying that I don't think so? Why you think that I don't think so? Meaning you have some knowledge about yourself already, no? Then if you already have some knowledge about you, then why you are asking me? Why you don't want to improve that knowledge? No. This is what is clarity. Like being free from this clutteredness. This clutteredness is the biggest problem of a seeker of truth. Then knowing who I am. This is so simple to know who I am right this moment. Anybody and everybody can know and live, no? The clutteredness is the big problem. No? Like what the hell I really want, no? As simple as this. Or do I really want anything? Like, what? So let me say again to all of you, because this may again create some confusion with which we are talking. All of this which I shared is in service to truth only, in the sense that it may help you all so much more than the great talks which happen sometime, which we think are great. No? Guiding, for example, can help a lot, which just happened also. But still, I will say again that knowing yourself is very simple. Our nature is joy. Being joyful is very simple. Staying in our natural state is also very simple. Why we don't stay in our natural state? Because we are living in a dream, which we ourselves have created and which we ourselves are maintaining. Nobody else can break that dream. Nobody else can do anything about us getting out of it. But we can do a lot. So while we are missing the truth of who we are and the joy of our being, we are enjoying something, a dream that we have created, using the thoughts, feelings, the sensations of the body, all of the kosh and their experiences are being consumed and used by the being that we are to produce that experience in which we are living as an entity which is false. We are experiencing things which are also false, but they are based on truth. Try to understand the dream part that you, the being, has created or creating and living in it, is like you are living a snake which does not exist anywhere. But you are living a snake in a rope. So that the rope exists. So the body experiences actually exist. The thoughts actually exist. The feelings actually exist. The emotions actually exist. But we are not living them as they are. This is the dream part of it. We are living our own version of them. And not only them, but also everything else that we experience through all of our four kosh. No? So beloved, this is the dream. No? So as far as knowing the truth, it is very simple. Knowing our truth is very simple. Living in the joy is very simple. Getting out of the dream also very simple. But knowing the dream as the dream while living in the dream is very difficult. Only fundamental practices and understandings are able to help us there. Not continue living the dream can help really. That approach is anyway there because when we are not out of the dream, we are bound to live the dream. We are bound to live in the dream or not. So do we have an option to live or not live life? No? In that way, we don't really. But the options are to stop, to think, to see, to contemplate, to meditate. Like why I am doing everything? What do I really want out of everything? Can shake us. Shake means can shake us, shake off our dream for a moment. a momentary awakening can take place, that then we can actually come to the desire of the being that we are, that what do I really want? Hey, you will feel, oh my God, I don't want really anything. I just want to be joyful basically, and I'm not able to. So let me just now focus on the right thing, that I want to be joyful and I'm not able to. Now anything that will come in the way, I will remove that. No? But no, we started with I want to be joyful, and then we end up, having ice cream brownie, like hot brownie and cold ice cream. How you came here? I don't know. But you were searching for joy or not? Yeah, I was searching for joy. I kind of, I don't know. I forgot in between. Then this friend met me, and then we just ended up having this chocolate brownie in this restaurant. So this is what is opposite of single pointedness. Single pointedness is, for example, the biggest tool to get out of the dream into our natural state. Single pointedness, what I call is stability. Stability is not optional if we want to get out of the dream. And I'm saying if we want to. I'm not saying that you should want to get out of the dream. I'm not saying that, beloved. You decide, you are the being. No? Do you want to get out of the dream? Then stability and clarity. Clarity means like trying to figure out what exactly is the dream part of the dream. Because the body, mind, thoughts, feelings are all real. You are real. What is the dream part in it? What is the dream part in it? Stability will enable us to see clearly what is the dream part in when I'm experiencing my chai. Is there a dream? I say clearly no, there is no dream here. Absolutely no dream. All of it is real. As it is. I'm letting everything be the way it is, while I'm letting myself live as I am. No effort in any direction. Where is the dream then? What is the dream? So stability will enable us to discover that what is the dream really. I think I've said enough. Please, anybody talk if you want to. Mila, I think this is good.
Yes, Guruji, it's very good, very beautiful, and yeah, very clear working together.
Yes, thank you, beloved.
Thank you so much.
Like there are some things which I heard from Osho's talks also. A lazy man's way to enlightenment, and it is true really. It is so very possible to get enlightened, to come home to who we are through the laziness. But no master has ever mentioned that there is a way to enlightenment through dividedness. No master has ever said that there is a way to enlightenment through dividedness. No. Laziness, yes. Activity, yes. But not that sometime lazy, sometime active. No, that's not that is the way to be caught up in the dream. No? So even the laziness, when total, is the way to home. No? So laziness is not the way, totality is the way. No? Undividedness. No? There was one great being, a great saint. His name was Jal Bharat. Jal means how to say like a stone. No? Jal means something which is unconscious. A saint's name, Jal Bharat. No, like so Jal. So Jal means like so like unconscious, like a stone. No? He was a saint. No, his name is like this. Why? Because he was just sitting, not doing anything, really like almost like this, like a stone, mostly. No. So that is probably the laziness. Neither we are lazy when we are lazy, nor we are active when we are active. No? This is a clue, I feel, towards the dream. It's a pointing towards the dream. So dividedness is the root of the dreaming. Experiencing anything is totally fine. You know, when you, the being, is present and experiencing something. No? Are we really experiencing something when we are experiencing in our life? It seems as if we are just doing rehearsal of experiencing, that one day I'm going to experience. No? Preparing ourselves that when that day will come. You know. And that day never comes in this way. It never comes. Because that day is today, by the way. Every day, that every today is that day, which is giving us chance to meet life, and meet ourselves. Life is working like a mirror to discover who we are truly. I hope that it was useful for all of you, beloved. If anything, any confusion, you please talk to me. You can talk to me. Zoki, you wrote, too much joy. Thank you, thank you, thank you, beloved, at your feet. Yeah. This simple clarity can bring us to completeness of our being. No? Because you, the being, is not really missing anything in the sense that it is not there. All of the perfection is there in you. You, the being. It's just some confusion is there. No? So basically, sleep in one sense is a confusion in the being. No? That's why it is more important to know the dream as the dream than to jump onto something called awakening. No? Know the dream as the dream and you are free. No? And until then we are not truly free also, by the way. No? Like in a more simple sense, we can say that this power, Maya, Maya, or power of which causes delusions inside us. That I am free from Maya, but I don't know what is Maya. It's not possible. No, if somebody says that I am free from Maya, it means they know what is Maya, clearly. Like every aspect of it, every move of it has been known by us. No? Then only we can say that I am free from Maya now. No? Yeah. So just like this, I am saying, thank you, beloved. Fundamentally, being conscious or being aware was, I'm saying was, invented or given by the great beings to us for the same region, for this particular same region, so that we can wake up. But we started using being conscious and being aware to our advantage as the entity in the dream, rather than using it to wake up to who we are. No? In the being conscious or being aware, it is not at all important what we are conscious of or what we are aware of. The 3-step simple seeing meditation, if you see on YouTube. What is important is that you are aware that you are aware of it right now. Meaning, not aware for any other purpose, but aware for being aware. For the benefit of being aware. Awareness is such a power that we have, we the being have. If used correctly, it can enlighten everything that is inside the body mind. No? Like we can see everything in one light, in one go. No? And then what confusion will remain? It will be known that it is an empty house. Nobody lives here. So there is no not somebody living in the body mind. I am the only real. I am the only real. There is no other sense that arises inside my body mind is that reality. It's just a sense. It's just a experience happening in the body mind of a sense of being a thinker, sense of being a doer, sense of being an experiencer. No? That's not real. I am real. No? It will become so clear like this to us. Yeah, thank you. Dharma, you want to talk?
Namaste, Rajee.
Namaste, beloved.
Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, earlier you said that I think something along this line that it is not important to try to be, but it is more important to uh, maintain the understanding.
Yes.
So these understandings maintained, I guess, in the mind or whichever course you are more residing, right? Where does it reside? The understanding.
Yeah, but then those course will also impose a limitation also. Because if that course is not your fifth course, no, where you maintain the understanding, then all these four courses are going to introduce some limitation, some kind of impurity in a way also. But yes, you are right. The understanding is going to be in not in those courses. Understanding is always in you, the being. While using them in a way and thinking that that is my storage place for holding any understanding. No? Fundamental understanding is always in you. And that is where the refinement of this understanding will take place. That is my understanding a thought or a conclusion of thinking process? You will see, not really. I directly understand that what it means to stay as in my true state. Then you have become free from the dependency on the this course like this. And is my understanding based on feeling myself? Like when I'm feeling myself, so this feeling, this is my natural state. And you will at some point feel that no, it's not true really. I directly know what is my natural state, not that based on feeling myself. So you have become free from that course also in that way. But in the beginning, it is totally fine, you know, to have this mixing. No? But keeping openness that this will improve.
I feel this is a very key thing because it somehow frees us from making effort. Sometimes you hold this thought that you have to make effort to be aware, but somehow you lose the context and it becomes very mental. But if you shift the focus into just maintaining the understanding, then it's a lot natural, right?
Yeah, it is actually, and because you are able to really connect to what I'm saying, I'll just share something very joyful which I know about it, no, which may help you. The thing is, beloved, you are the being. No? So the thing is that you are the being. You do not need to maintain the understanding of who you are. Really, you don't need to. Without maintaining any understanding about who you are yourself. No? But right now, you are maintaining an understanding about who you are. That is called being a person. No? There, the improvement is possible. Now, from person to presence is in the understanding only. No? In your understanding, you feel that not really I'm like what is a person? I don't know. I'm more like here experiencing things. So the correction happening in your understanding is only a way to awakening, to ultimate awakening, let's say. No? Not that the understanding is going to be maintained by you all the time. No, one day you will feel like, okay, let me not have any understanding right now about myself. Then who I am? Then you will first time encounter who you are without any understanding about yourself. So the dependency on understanding is only as long as we are dependent on being an entity which need to be maintained, which is the outcome of our understanding of who we are. So it's not that we should be clear about who we are. We are all the time clear about who we are. It's just that that understanding is wrong. Correct it more. No, that's all. And then beyond the understanding of who I am, the natural state of being. So are you this? or are you that? You know, and you have no answer to these questions, and you have no inspiration to answer anything. There is absolute completeness here. Beyond questions, beyond answers, beyond mind, beyond thoughts, beyond all the four cores, all the five cores actually. In fact, all the six cores even. This natural state of being. No? The consciousness or the awareness, consciousness, all these six cores is what I call six bodies is consciousness. It maintains the understanding. No? Understanding fundamentally is nothing but dharma, memory, just memory. Different type of memory life is maintaining. No? Understanding of who we are is nothing but a memory. No? In the purity of the consciousness, it's just memory. No? So I think very good. Thank you, beloved, for giving me this chance to share like this.
Very nice. Thank you.
So the story is very upside down. We think that if I am effortlessly living as myself, in the true state of my being, why should I need to remember who I am? Or should I remember who I am? And no, you don't need to remember who you are. But we do remember who we are not. That's the problem. So by default, we remember who we are not, the false. And we start living as that by default continuously. No? So because of living in that default state of false self, something has to be done. No? Like breaking the circle, that's what is necessary. No? That's why fundamental questioning or exploration of truth is very different than generally what we do. No? Fundamental exploration is that doesn't really matter whether you know yourself or not, whether you awake or asleep. You are, yes, very good. How are you? I am blissful. No? Naturally, every being is blissful. Naturally means without effort. So we are not really, we cannot make effort to be blissful, joyful. No? Let us figure out what our efforts are producing then. No? Making so much effort to be unhappy, no? And if this is seen, we can get out of it, no? Because there are all of you beings, I feel, are very sincere beings. You are really interested in getting out of it. No? It's just that maybe you are not seeing your mistake. That's all. Like we get out of one circle and we get into another. No? Very quickly we get into another circle. And then we suffocate again. So very, very nice. It's a very beautiful space in the moment. If anyone wants to talk to me, we can continue a little bit, another 5-10 minutes maybe. No? Yeah, Mila?
Guruji, yes, it is very beautiful where we are now, and I just wanted to ask you to share, to continue share the song of your heart, please.
In the spiritual direction, what I found, one very important thing I noticed was that there is something called ego that we have to kill. For example, one target or goal of spirituality. There is another thing called the peak of consciousness or enlightenment that we have to achieve. Another goal, very big goal we set, and in that we become so busy, so involved, and so exhausted also at some point, that we totally forget that why we were doing that. You know. And that's why it is, if a seeker of truth want to succeed really in a very short period of time, the seeker of truth has to kind of reinvent itself again and again. Like every day, every week, it has to reinvent itself. Like sit back and look again that what I'm doing and why. Am I getting what I'm trying to get or not? Otherwise, I should change the method. No. That's why it is more important for a seeker of truth to first understand that what I want to get out of spiritual processes or anything. No? So, in one sense, Mila, lot of spiritual confusion and problems that we are facing is created by us only, not by the ones who are sharing the truth. No? They are just neutrally sharing the truth that, hey, would you like to live the truth right now? Yes, yes, okay, then live it. No? But because we are maintaining our own version of reality, our own version of spirituality, own version of what is the goal of spirituality and how to achieve it, that version, that sense of knowledge is what creates a lot of confusion. So, Mila, I'm not really particularly telling anyone that, hey, you should go in spirituality or not, because life is not divided in this way. Or we don't need to be divided in this way, also. If the spirituality is not a efficient way of coming to the integrity, like undividedness of our being or joyfulness of our being, and it doesn't enable us to live a wonderful life, then, I can say clearly that spirituality, for me, spirituality is a way to wake up, wake up to the fact that I am living in the dream, first of all, and waking up to the fact or truth of who I am, who is living in the dream. So dream is real, dreamer is real. Now dreamer is knowing its own truth beyond the dream. No? Because in the dream also we are somebody. No, putting that somebody aside and putting the life of that somebody also aside. Myself, my life, putting that aside. Who I am, who is living as myself, I am, and connecting to life. Awakening is the focus of spiritual processes. And it is okay. Many times we are going to use the spirituality for our dream, mostly. I want to tell you, beloveds, if you want to be benefited from spirituality, from within your dream and for your dream only, just sitting meditation is the best thing which can help you. It will help any and everyone. Doesn't matter whether we want to wake up or not. Just sitting meditation is a way, is an understanding in the being that if I continue being involved in the thoughts, feelings, and activities of my life all the time, it creates a sense of tiredness, clutteredness, confusions which are not there anywhere in my thoughts, feelings, or life. And to detox them, I should just sit in my being and let them be cleared up by themselves. Because for that a conscious effort is necessary. Deep sleep is not able to remove that. Or that sleep and dreaming part is not able to remove that really or handle that sufficiently. A conscious effort is necessary. No? Just sitting, meditation. The way, it's a way, a understanding. No? In the last one last attempt, Mila, to share my heart, that you are the being which is changeless in the sense that which is not moving really, like we don't need to go in details of these things so much really, but it is true that we cannot move really as who we are truly. No? But our body mind, our consciousness in the body mind can move and does move. What we call attention is nothing but consciousness divided. Consciousness is nothing but attention undivided, or resting. Yeah. So we are that being, truth. We all are truth. We all are ourselves creating the dream in which we are living because we are enjoying it in some way. It is like our own game that we are creating. It is our own thing that we have created. Like how far we want to go in it, how much we want to expand it, or how much we want to bring it into zero, like back to emptiness of being. No body, no mind, like no me, no you, no, like this. The body remains. It's not that body doesn't remain. The truth always still remains, even if changeful. No? So ultimately, you are that being. The more clearly you, the being, knows what do you want, the more you can actually achieve that. Because you are the being, you can achieve anything. Anything means any experience. You being cannot achieve anything like there are things which can be achieved. Ultimately, everything is an experience being achieved by the being that you are. So you will be able to achieve that experience when you are clear what do you want. Like this is what is I call spiritual progress in a way. Being more stable. Because absolutely, beloved, there is nobody else bothering, disturbing, stopping that I want to be myself. I'm not able to. I want to live as a blissful being and not able. There is just nobody else doing that. So effectively, there is absolutely nothing in the way. I just felt like sharing something very directly, beloved. This is for you, the being that you understand. No? I think it's a very good time. I felt very happy to meet all of you, beloved. I hope our togetherness has benefited you in some way. Thank you for joining today.